Okay, so what we'll be covering in that is files and folders, downloading web pages, editing codes, zipping folders, and also submitting your work. So starting from files and folder, I'm sharing my screen with you now. Okay, so starting from how to create files and how to make your work look neat when you're working. So right now you can see my screen. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a folder. Inside this folder, that's where we're going to have all the files that you'll be using to create the web page. The reason why this is important is so that you don't have your work all clustered all over your laptop and then you're not very sure where you're going to start from. Like for instance, if you want to open up a web page because they are not correctly linked and they are not grouped together, you might be experiencing a lot of discouragement because you can't find those files. So which is why I always like, the first thing I'm going to tell you is how you have to like try and group all your files into one place. The first step is just creating a new folder. If you are going to be using your desktop, it's very okay for you to just right click on the desktop and create a new folder. Or however, wherever you want to create the folder, just make sure you navigate there. But I'll be using the desktop to create new folder, which is why I'm just going to right click and create a new folder here. So now I create a new folder. I'll be naming the folder the name of the project you're working on. So it's possible that you have several projects to work on, but if they are all having the same name, obviously you will get confused. You wouldn't even know which one is which. So it's advisable. I would advise that you name it the name of the project. Let's assume the project name is Web 101. 101. For me, I'm just going to name it Web Class 101. You can name it whatever you want to name it. After naming it whatever you want to name it, you're going to open down the folder. Inside the folder, we're going to create
Okay.
extra folders. We're going to put folders inside. So I'll tell you why we're going to do that. So you know, websites have different pages. You have the home page, you have the about page, you have the contact and all of that. You have so many pages, and these pages are going to be linked up with they'll be using styles. We talked about CSS last week, so they'll be using
Yes.
cascading style sheets to make them look more beautiful. They'll be using what's it called now, scripting language like JavaScript to make them for animations and all that. And also
Okay.
you'll be uploading um you'll be uploading images. So you don't want it to
Yeah.
be all scattered. You want everything to be grouped, like so that you don't have your work all scattered inside your web and your folder. So that's why we're going to create three extra folders. The first one is going to
Like,
be depending what how you want to name it. You can name it CSS, you can name it style. That's the folder where all your CSS files are going to be inside.
okay.
So I'm going to name it style. So every CSS file that we create, every file that we create that is CSS is going to all be
To
inside
be
this
there.
folder. Exactly.
Okay.
So another folder we create is the folder where your scripting language is going to be. Your JavaScript, your jQuery, your Angular, wherever they want. All of them, if you're going to be using them, it's going to be in one folder. That folder now, I'm going to name that one scripts.
Okay.
So we have two folders in our main folder, yeah? So the third
Under
one,
the web.
yes, the third folder I'm going to create inside this folder is image. That is going to, like every image you're going to use on the website, all the images you're going to be using on the website, we are going to put them inside that folder. The truth is you can actually have them all scattered
Image.
and not include them inside a folder. But the best part is putting them inside a folder so that you can easily reference that folder when you want to pick a picture. You understand? So you know that this is where I'm going to find all the
Yeah.
pages. This is where I'm going to find all the CSS file. This is where I'm going to find all the scripting files. So that is why we're going to
Mm-hmm.
create the last one, which is, I can do images or IMG. Let me just put it as IMG. So now we have these three folders. These three folders have nothing inside. They are like
Empty folder.
empty. Yes, they are empty folders. But this is how we start. So we have a folder that already, we have the image folder inside, we have the scripts folder inside, and we have the style folder inside. So that's where your work look neat. You understand me? Your work is not all over the place. It looks neat. So going from there, let's just close it. So we have a folder. I'm sure I want to believe you have the same thing like mine right now. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we have that, the next thing we're going to do is start creating our first web page. Because I just want to show you how it is, how you can save inside this folder. So you can save directly inside the folder. So for that, we're going to open up Notepad. I mentioned in our last class that we're going to use Notepad to start, and from there we move on to using other type of editors, which of course later today we're going to actually talk about some of these editors. So opening up Notepad, I want to believe you're doing the same thing. So we have a Notepad open up. Okay, so the first thing is we're going to try and save our folder. I know it's empty, but let's just save it so we know where to find it. So we save as. Every file, every home page of a file, that is the file you want all your visitors that are coming to your website to navigate to the very first time they click on, they try to get to your website. The first page you want them to see, that is the one that is the first one we're going to create, and it's going to be saved as index.html. The .html at the back is what actually tells that this is an HTML file. Yes, so now we're going to save it. But here we already know where we're going to save. We're going to save it inside our folder, the folder we just created. So we just save it as index.html. HTML working as the extension for any HTML file, any web page that you're creating. That is the extension that you use to actually let the browser identify that particular file is a web file. So that's why we're going to save as index.html and just save. Now we have our index save. So that is how you work around creating your workspace in web development or any type of project you want to work on. You need to actually make sure that all these things are put into place.